So I have a quick little story to share with you guys. Um, Last night, well, more like 5 a.m. actually, from 5 a.m. to 6 a.m., I unintentionally activated my MerKaBa, and what resulted was a very strange experience. And I'm just gonna share with you what I remember. Um, it was very interesting to say the least. So anyway, I was laying in bed before work with the last hour before I had to get up and start getting ready. And what I was doing was pushing my kundalini up, because if I don't and I go to work, then it will get stuck in the middle of my back and hurt really bad. So I started pushing my kundalini up. I got it up really easy for some reason, which was weird. And then all of a sudden I went into a theta wave brain state, like slipped into it out of nowhere with ease. And all of a sudden I found myself in my MerKaBa blasting through some kind of a interdimensional wormhole. Or it went from that, and then it went to an open space area. And this is the weird part. I found myself looking at a planet, a giant blue planet, much like Earth, but a little, it didn't look like there was as much land. It just looked really blue is what I remember. The thing that's strange was I remember looking through a HUD. I remember looking through a screen. It was almost like I was in some kind of a craft. But because I saw a weird symbol that looked like a Persian symbol of the MerKaBa, which kind of triggered in my brain that this is a MerKaBa. And then it looked like I was looking through a HUD, because when I looked at the planet through the screen, there was little blips with names on them on different locations on the planet. Like it was like looking through MapQuest, but looking through the screen of this ship, if that makes any sense. It was really strange. Anyway, it was like I was being autopiloted. I went directly for one of the spots, but I don't remember actually penetrating an atmosphere or anything like that. I just remember all of a sudden being on the surface and in some kind of an open air cafeteria or something. Just a big open air building. There was like at least 100 people in the middle of this thing. And the strange part is they were walking around aimlessly and fumbling everywhere, and they looked blind, like their eyes were rolling around and stuff, and they were reaching out, like trying to feel in front of them. Okay, on the outskirts of all these people, sitting on the edges, was a small group of people, a white blonde girl, a black girl, and a little blonde haired boy. The black girl came up to me immediately and asked me if I'm okay and to follow her. So I said, okay. And I just started asking her, what's going on here? What's going on here? And then that's when the white blonde girl came up and goes, does he remember? Does he remember anything? And then the black girl looked at me, and then she looked at her and she goes, no, like that. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? I just didn't say anything. And then all of a sudden the white kid, little blonde white boy, he looked like he was about 10 years old, maybe tops. He grabbed my hand and he pulled me over to the sideline, and he said, okay, sit here and watch this. And I did, and all of a sudden they lined up all these fumbling like blind people and kind of parted them, like half on one side, half on the other. And then it looked like they pushed them into each other, and it looked like they were kind of fighting each other and stuff, like blindly and falling over each other. And he was laughing his ass off, and I was like, what the fuck is going on? So I kept following the little boy, because he walked into the back after it was over into a little side room and laid on a bed. And I kept asking him, what is going on here? Who are you? And he just kept laughing at me and basically refusing to tell me anything, giving me the runaround and stuff, just joking with me. That's when I got really pissed off, and I shook his bed and I was like, tell me what the fuck is going on. And then this old man came in the room and he grabbed me and he threw me out of it. And that's when I saw the black girl and the white girl sitting on a bench about 50 feet away. I just started walking towards them. I was trying to get more answers. And that's when all of a sudden I sprung up in my bed, fully awake. Like I shot back into my body instantly. So this was a really strange experience. I have no idea what it was and what was happening, but this is my intuition. Doesn't mean it's right. It seemed as though it was some kind of a fourth dimensional astral realm, like a 4D layer or dimension of a certain planet. I don't think it was Earth. Maybe everyone there looked like humans, especially like humans in America. There's just mixed races. It seemed like it was some kind of a staging area where these like stewards, which were the lucid kids, were maybe corralling these like lost souls, or maybe they were even just people that were asleep. You know what I mean? Just the astral bodies of people sleeping all over the world. Who knows? That could be what it was. But there was a strange feeling that I had known these girls, the black girl and the white girl. And there was a tone from the white girl that she, and the black girl even, that they were upset that I didn't remember who they were. They were kind of upset that I had amnesia. But nevertheless, they were still intrigued that I was lucid, because everyone else was like blind and falling over, and just, it was really strange. And anyway, you could call it a dream, you could call it a lucid dream, but the strange part is I remember laying in my bed and then all of a sudden being in the MerKaBa and shooting to this planet. So call it what you want to call it. That's just the experience I had. And maybe let me know what you think. Maybe it was, it'd be cool to hear that in the comments. Stick around, because crazy shit's happening nonstop, and I'll share it as it comes, So hope you have a beautiful night. All right. Love and light.